In today's video, you're going to learn how to shoot interviews like a pro and avoid some common mistakes that can ruin your footage. Trust me, interviews can be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This is how you save yourself from embarrassment. We'll be covering 3 main aspects of shooting interviews: framing, lighting, and audio.
Quick tip, always have the interviewee state and spell their name. This will help you correctly identify them in the video and give them a chance to warm up before the main questions.
Here's the situation. You've been hired to shoot an interview with an important person. You cover all of your details during setup, but forget one thing: to frame the shot and don't notice till 20 minutes in. Some subjects will be gracious and let you start over, but others will not. Framing is how you position the interviewees and the camera in relation to each other and the background. It can also convey different meanings and messages to your viewers. Here's how the pros do it. When framing a shot, use the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds divides the frame into 9 equal parts with 2 horizontal lines and 2 vertical lines. You can place the interviewee's eyes or nose along one of the horizontal lines. This creates a balanced image that draws attention to the subject. Another important thing to remember: always leave enough headroom and speaking room in your frame. Headroom is the space between the top of the interviewee's head and the top of the frame. Speaking room is the space between the interviewee's mouth and the edge of the frame. You don't want to cut off the interviewee's head or make them look like they're talking to a wall. You want to leave enough space for them to breathe and move naturally. Also, avoid distracting elements in the background. Remove anything in the background that will take away focus from the interview. You want to avoid things like bright colors, busy patterns, moving objects, or people walking by. Choose a background that is simple, neutral, or relevant to the interview topic. A close-up shot with a shallow depth of field creates a sense of intimacy and focuses on the interviewee's facial expressions. A shallow depth of field means that only a small part of the image is in focus, while everything else is blurred out. This can make your interviewee stand out from the background and draw attention to the eyes and mouth. A close-up shot can be great for capturing emotions, feelings, or opinions. See our video on depth of field to learn how to achieve this look. A wide shot with a deep depth of field shows more of the environment and context of the interview. A deep depth of field means that everything in the image is in focus from foreground to background. This can give your viewer a sense of where the interview is taking place and what's happening around it. A wide shot can be great for showing locations or actions. Framing also depends on the type and purpose of your interview. You want to shoot a framing style that matches your tone and message. For example, a formal interview may require a straight-on or slightly high-angle shot to convey respect and professionalism. A straight-on shot means that the camera is at eye level with the interviewee, creating a sense of equality. A high-angle shot means that the camera is slightly above eye level with the interviewee, creating a sense of dominance. A casual or more personal interview may benefit from a slightly low-angle or off-center shot to create a more relaxed atmosphere. A low-angle shot means that the camera is slightly below eye level with the interviewee, creating a sense of vulnerability and openness. An off-center shot means that the interviewee is not in the middle of the frame, but slightly to the left or right.
Quick tip, establish an eye line. Decide whether you want the interviewee to look directly into the camera or off camera at the interviewer. Position the interviewer accordingly, either behind the camera or to the side of it.
It's easy to identify a beginner by the lighting in their shot. Lighting is easy to overlook, but can make a huge difference in the final product. Lighting directly impacts how your interviews will look and feel. Here's how the pros do it. A 3-point lighting setup is a common lighting technique that uses 3 sources of light: a key light, a fill light, and a backlight. The key light is the main source of light that illuminates the interviewee's face and body. The fill light is the secondary source of light that fills the shadows created by the key light. The backlight is the light that creates a rim of light around the interviewee's head and shoulders, separating them from the background and adding dimension to the shot. A 3-point lighting setup creates a balanced, flattering light for the interviewee. A softer diffuse light creates a smooth, even light for the interviewee that reduces harsh shadows and minimizes glare. Light sources, such as a window, a reflector, or a softbox, can all work great as soft light sources. A hard light casts a sharp, intense light that enhances harsh shadows and glare. They're great for creating a dramatic, cold, or mysterious look to your interviews. High key lighting creates a cheerful and optimistic look for your interviewee that makes them look happy and positive. A bright or high key lighting can be created by using more sources of light than necessary, such as multiple key lights, fill lights, or backlights. High key lighting can be great for creating an upbeat and energetic feel for your interview. Dark or low key lighting creates a gloomy and pessimistic look for your interviews. To create a low key lighting setup, use as few light sources as possible. Start by only using one key light and remove any fill and backlights.
Quick tip, Keep the camera rolling after the official interview is over. Sometimes the best moments happen when the interviewee thinks they're done. You might capture some candid moments, reactions, jokes, or insights that you might be able to use later. It doesn't hurt to start rolling early also.
A great video with poor audio isn't a good video. If the audio is bad, no one will watch. Here's how the pros do it. To capture great audio, use a microphone that suits your needs. There are several types of microphones that can be used for different purposes. A lavalier microphone, or lav, is good for capturing audio where hands-free operation is necessary, like in interviews. Because a lav mic is often wireless, it allows more freedom of movement and has less visible wires. Additionally, they are typically omnidirectional, meaning they record sound from all directions, so it doesn't matter if the interviewee turns their head or moves around. However, a lav mic may not be suitable for interviews when the mic cannot be seen. They are also prone to interference from clothing rustle, wind noise, or radio frequency. Alternatively, shotgun mics are great for isolating your interviewee's voice and minimizing background noise. These are typically used where the subject is not moving much and the distance between the mic and the mouth is consistent. To capture clearer audio, place the microphone close to the interviewee's mouth. The closer the microphone is to the source of the sound, the clearer the sound will be. You want to place the microphone as close as possible to the interviewee's mouth without it being too intrusive or visible. If you're using a lavalier mic, you can clip the microphone onto the interviewee's clothing. If you're using something like a shotgun or handheld mic, you can mount it on a boom pole or hold it in your hand. Also, avoid capturing any background noise and echo. Background noise is any unwanted sound that interferes with the sound of the interviewee's voice. Echo is the reflection of sound waves from hard surfaces that creates a hollow, reverberant sound. You can avoid them by choosing a quiet location or using a directional microphone. Keep an eye on your audio levels throughout the recording to make sure they're not too high or too low. If the audio levels are too high, the sound will be distorted and clipped.
Quick tip, shoot more material than you need. It's better to have extra footage than not enough, as you can always trim or delete what you don't need. You can also shoot some B-roll footage of the interviewee in action, or some cutaways of their surroundings to add some visual interest and context to your video.